Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole, and here's my 2026 Haskell Stakes pick. And my pick is going to be further ado. I draw a line through the Kentucky Derby because he has so much trouble being on the 18th post and losing all his momentum coming through the clubhouse turn. He's a horse that likes to be forwardly placed. He never got to show his natural speed because he had to use so much of his natural speed to come from the outside over to the inside, and he didn't have a chance to do that. He was hung out 8 wide and also ran mid-pack, a racing position that Further Ado is not accustomed to and does not like. So I'm going to toss that out, and I'm going to have Further Ado as my pick because he'll love the speed favorite track at Monmouth Park at Haskell Day. My second pick will be Renegade. Renegade fizzled in the Belmont Stakes after showing a tremendous effort in the Kentucky Derby, beaten only by a head by Golden Tempo. Now, he was roughed up coming out of the one post and should have won that race if it wasn't for the one post. He is my second pick. My third pick in the trifecta, and also an exacto, will be the Puma. The Puma's coming back after being injured right before the Derby. They took him off the Derby trail, or I should say, they took him off the Triple Crown trail to point for this race. Now, their main goal is a Traverse. It's nothing but a prep, but he's going to be super dangerous because of the fact that he was working well toward the Kentucky Derby. He ran a good mile workout at Goshen Park before the Derby, and he was set to run a big race. But as I mentioned, he got injured. So my first pick, Further Ado, the win bet, and he should be about 3 to 4 to 1. Renegade should be favored again. I see him run about 2 to 1 to 9 to 5. I see the Puma between 4 and 5 to 1. The reason being because he's been sick and also he's been on the layoff. Napoleon Solo should earn an honest pace out there in the front end, but Further Ado is going to be running right on his neck. So that's why I like Further Ado in this race and using them in the trifecta and exacta as my key. Now, other news, looking back at the Stephen Foster, Magnitude right now, if he voted for Horse of the Year, deserves Horse of the Year. He beat Forever Young, one of my favorite horses, as you know, into the Dubai World Cup on the square. And he also beat Somerty on the square, which is another one of my favorite horses. And the Stephen Foster, not only did he beat Somerty, but also White Ambadio and Beeza. So if you're voting for Horse of the Year, he's winning it hands down. The unfortunate thing, there's still 5 months in the race, and hopefully that he doesn't fall off the beaten track and regresses in the form. But my hat's off to Magnitude because he beat my horse Somerty on the square too. Somerty right now, as you look at him, and also journalism, those both top 3 years from last year, you're looking at them underperforming. Now, a lot of people say this is a crucial thing because next year journalism and Somerty should be going to the breeding shoot next year. Now, this is a big implication because if they lose form, their prodigies are going to be worth less. Now, they're still going to call for top dollar, but right now, as I speak right now, Somerty's prodigies go about 200,000 for a live pull. Right now, journalism, I can see about 150 to 135. Now, there was no excuse for Somerty to show such a lackluster effort. He broke in the clean. He didn't break sharp, but he broke clean well enough where he could have won the race. My main concern was halfway through the race, he started losing ground to the front runners, and those front runners were, of course, Magnitude, White Body, and Willie D. So that's a big question mark leading into the Breeders' Cup Classic. Does Godolphin and Bill Mott really want this horse to go into the Breeders' Cup Classic with a lack of sharp form? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. And does it make sense just to retire him out? He's Horse of the Year of last year. And this is the thing that kind of irritates me a little bit. I honestly thought, because Somerty did wind up being sick, and that's a legit cause. But Forever Young, in my opinion, should have been Horse of the Year, regardless if he was from Japan and running other races. That shouldn't matter in my book. I believe Forever Young should have been Horse of the Year last year, not Somerty. No grand shit, he won the Travers, the Belmont, the Kentucky Derby. But right now, his form has looked, to my opinion, very shoddy. I don't know about any excuses. I haven't had music what Bill Mott stated after the Stephen Foster. All I know that he got whipped by Magnitude, and in my opinion, that should have not happened. To me, still right now at this moment, Magnitude is proving he's a better horse than Somerty. In my opinion, if he's got to reverse his form coming into the Breeders' Cup, which is 2 more races away. We're going into July. He's got maybe 1 more race before the Breeders' Cup, and I'm not sure Somerty's going to run. Why? There's a lack of form. On the other hand, journalism in the same way. He ran a dismal third in the Oakland Handicap. He ran a dismal third in the Met Mile. Just didn't have natural kick like he did. And these two horses I mentioned, Sovereignty and Journal, have a great natural kick. And he's not showing as a 4-year-old. They both already got 2 races under their belt coming off the layoff. Now, next race is 3. A lot of people stated they like 3 races in from the layout to run their best race. I consider myself handicapping. I like the 4th race. I think the 3rd race is still a little bit too sharp and keen. The 4th race, they should already be in the form cycle. That's what I have for you right now. So let's see what happens with journalism and sovereignty the rest of the year, if they're going to just move away from the Breeders' Cup races or go into retirement, or what's going on, because those 2 horses are 2 big question marks. Also, in other news, is Golden Temple sick right now. Sherry DeVoe quoted that she's going to aim this horse toward the Travers Stakes. Now, the Midsummer Derby is another great race. If Golden Temple wins that race, he'd be exactly in the same boat as Sovereignty, winning the Travers, winning the Belmont, and also winning the Kentucky Derby. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, that Golden Temple is a solid price look in the Breeders' Cup Classic, if that's what Sherry DeVoe wants to win this horse. The reason being that Golden Temple has a like affair with that track at Keeneland. He worked out well at 47-4 and 48 before the Kentucky Derby. Guess where? Keeneland Park. They're running the Breeders' Cup this year. Keeneland Park at a mile and a quarter. So he's a live long shot, ladies and gentlemen. He'd probably get bet down because he's already won 2 Triple Crown races around 7-8 to 1. Can't leave him off the exotic tickets, and he's going to be a main player. By Aiza, all natural talent. In a video about 6 months ago, I stated the Aiza is my 2027 horse that I'm going to be looking in next year, because Forever Young and Sovereignty should be in the breeding shed. And Aiza keeps up not starting well, but man, that effort though in Stephen Foster was incredible. He only lost to Magnitude by a whole length after, dwelling in the start, breaking slowly, and he put a big move. Now, I'm not sure if Bill Mott doesn't know the ins and outs of the A's as well as John Sheriff, rightfully so. But imagine if Bill Mott could correct those faults after showing 2 really good races where he broke bat and made such a big move coming down the lane. He's a question mark going to the Breeders' Cup. Again, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 months. They might get sick. They might just decide not to run. But by A's guaranteed right now, we'll have a campaign that we want for the memories next year, 2027. The reason for it being, Belmont will have more time with the horse and figure out his quirks, and that holy quirks of breaking slow. He's got to fix that pronto, or he's going to leave a lot of that horse, going to leave a lot of money on the table, because he really shows an act of talent, a ton of talent, but he's got to put it all together and stop breaking so slow. And that's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole. We're together and stop breaking so slow. And that's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole. We're winning in history. We're neck and neck. Have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen.